Hello, my first and second grade scholars, musical scholars, that's what you are. Let's start our lesson today with singing Jambo. Jambo means hello in the Swahili language. All you have to do is sing whatever I sing. So whatever I sing, you sing. First couple of times I'll kind of sing it softly, and then I'll leave it to you to echo me. Ready? Jambo, 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 Jambo. Hello, 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 hello. Jambo, Jambo, sana, Jambo. Hello, my good friend, hello. Jambo, Jambo, Watoto, Jambo. Hello, hello, children, hello. Jambo, 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 Jambo. Jambo, Jambo, Jambo. Jambo, Jambo, Jambo. Jambo, which means hello in Swahili. Well, let's put my good old guitar down for a little while, and we are going to go to our devotion, which today is called Song of the Prodigal Son. Yes, I'm just going to show you a quick picture before I read the story of a father welcoming his son. Let's listen to the story, find out what happens, have a short scripture verse, a short prayer, and of course some music. Jesus told a story of a young man who decided to leave home. His father gave him money. The young man went away and quickly spent all that money he had doing bad things. He had no money to buy food. One day he was so hungry he thought, maybe my father will let me be a servant. I'll go home. When he got there, his father ran to meet him. He even gave him presents. The older brother said, "It's not fair." Neither brother understood a father's love. A father's love forgives. The same is true with our Heavenly Father. When you do bad things, do you think God forgives you? Yes, He does. His love, God's love, is bigger than any sin. God will always forgive you, no matter what. That's the loving God that we have. Here's our scripture verse from Micah chapter 7, verse 18. Who is a God like you who pardons sin and forgives? Fold your hands right away. Fold your hands so we can pray. Repeat after me. Father, thank you for forgiving me when I do wrong. May I always run to you for forgiveness. Amen. Now, we're going to let you listen to a song called Song of the Prodigal Son. You're going to have the words in front of you in case you'd like to read along. So here it is. It's the whole story. There really isn't much for you to sing, but to follow along with the story of a loving Father who forgives his son and a loving God who forgives us, his children.
A certain man, he had two sons. I want
hope you liked that song, just telling us the lesson is God will forgive no matter what. And let's do a song, another song right now where you will get to sing. It's called In Right, Outright, Upright, Downright. Oh yeah. So how Jesus will take away our sin. Jesus will forgive. So here's how this song goes. I'm going to do some actions. You try to do them with me as I'm singing. And then you're going to learn the song because it will just repeat it several times. It goes like this. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in to take away my sin, I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. You try and do it with me right now, doing the actions. In right, outright, upright, downright. Here we go. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in to take away my sin, I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Did you get it? All right, well, let's do it right now again, just a little bit faster, just a little bit. Okay, here we go. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in to take away my sin, I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Did you do it better this time? I hope so, because we're going to do it just one more time and just a smidge faster. All right, here we go. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in to take away my sin, I'm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. See, you were able to do it. So excellent job, my friends. All right, let's go on to another song right now. And we're going to do a song where I'm going to ask you to stand up and move around a little bit before you have to sit down again. This is a song maybe some of you are familiar with. I've done it before, though probably not this year. It's called You've Got to Sing When the Spirit Says Sing. And you get a chance to do some actions. You might be clapping, stamping, jumping. So this just gives you a little bit of a chance to move around because music is just so much fun to do that with. So here we go. Hope you're standing. You've got to sing when the Spirit says sing. You've got to sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you've got to sing right along. Sing when the Spirit says sing. All right, we're going to do some clapping now. Feel free to sing along with me. You've got to clap. You've got to clap when the Spirit says clap. You've got to clap when the Spirit says clap. When the Spirit says clap, you've got to clap right along. to sit down right now because, well, there's something that I want to show you, okay? We've been talking about percussion instruments last week, and I showed you several and talked about those mallets and sticks that I had to use. Well, I'm going to show you some other percussion instruments today. First, I'm going to show you one that I am going to use in a little while with a song, but I want to talk about it first. This is a Native American drum. I want you to take a look at it. It's all natural materials on here. So it's got some wood, it's got some leather that holds the skin on top of the piece of wood. And if you look at the back, it even has some fur on the handle here. So all natural materials. The Native Americans were wonderful with using everything that they had. And we'll be talking a little bit more about reusing and reducing and recycling. Oh, that's a hint for what's coming up. But I want to also show you that with a lot of Native American instruments, they will put a picture, draw a picture, paint a picture of an animal, or maybe a different kind of, or a pattern on it. So this happens to be a drum. Of course, I'm going to be using my hand on it today, but we could always use some kind of a stick on it as well, or some kind of a mallet. So that's my drum, which you'll see again in a little bit. And along with that, I also want to show you, this also is made by Native American. And you can see, this is actually a rattle or a shaker. And you can see that there is painted on here a picture of a turtle. Again, all natural materials. This is a leather on the outside, and it's put around a stick, and then there's even some fur around here. Again, so that's my Native American rattle. Really like those two instruments. Well, let's take a little trip to Africa right now, where I'm going to take out a shakery. This is a shakery, and as you can see right here, this is what we call a gourd. A gourd is a plant, and what they did here is they cut off the top of it, and they completely took out everything that's in here and dried it out, and then they put some kind of, these are shells on the outside here. I also have some that have some beads on the outside, and the shakery can be played just shaking it, or because this is hollowed out, so you can get two different kinds of sounds. I could even do a little bit of this if I wanted something a little bit softer. So depending on what kind of rhythm that I want, what kind of sound that I want, I can play this several different ways. That's really cool. And I've got a couple other shakeries too I just love them. They're really fascinating to me. All right, well, I'm also going to take out another instrument. These are all percussion instruments, because a percussion instrument, remember, we can either shake it or hit it in order to produce a sound. Well, right here, and this is actually from Indonesia, this is like what we call a thumb piano, and this is made out of some kind of a large seed. I'm not quite sure, that it might be a coconut, but and again, you can see animals are carved into here, and we have to do this in order to get any kind of sound. As you can see, the pieces of metal are going to be different lengths. So the shorter the piece of metal, the higher the sound. The longer the piece of metal, the lower the sound. And there's a hole right here, so you can get that kind of like that sound, that even a little bit of an echo sound. So there, it's like a thumb piano. That's what you can play it with two thumbs. And I've got a couple others that come from Africa as well. So that's my thumb piano. I think now that I will take out, this happens to come from Hawaii. All right, this is called an Uliuli, and it's the shaker, and you can see that again, natural materials that are used for these. That's what I really like about a lot of my multicultural instruments. They come from all over the world. We've got the feathers from different kinds of birds. We've got the plant material, a gourd or a seed pod, and inside we can shake it and create a rhythm. That's pretty cool. I like that. Well, thinking about shaking, I'm going to take these out because I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with maracas. These maracas come from a country in Central America. It's called Panama, and they were given to me by a friend of mine who, that's where she grew up. She grew up in Panama and then came to the United States. Same thing, these are made out of gourds, and you have, hollow them out, and you want to maybe dry them out so you can hear the seeds that are inside, or put in some beads or whatever. And then some scenes from a town could be on the outside here. That takes a while to carve them in, but they're very beautiful. These are maracas. Show you a couple more, because these are all so different. Right here, this comes from Indonesia, and this is what we call a rainstick. Now, this is a very short one. I have some longer ones too, but I really like this one because, again, look how a lot of different cultures will use animals, pictures of animals on here. They'll paint those pictures on. Now, this rainstick, again, made of all natural materials, and then what you have to do is you have to flip it over, and you hear, and this is pretty short, so you don't hear it for too long. So perhaps another week I'll show you one of my Rainsticks that is much longer and has the sound lasts a lot longer too. So this is a Rainstick. Oh, let's get another one out, because this one and another one happen to be my very favorite because they're pretty unusual, and they come from Bolivia and Ecuador, and these are made to go on your wrist or around your ankle. And what they do is they take seed pods and sew them on here, and so when you're dancing you can create a rhythm. So I like this one, but wait, here's the really unusual one. Now you want to take a look at this one up close, because these are actually goat toenails. Yes, they are. And then people go, ooh, I go, well, guess what? They're washed, so don't worry about it. But they are. A lot of cultures have used natural materials to create some kind of a rhythm or sound, and these are the toenails from a goat. Goats have to, a lot of them, they climb, they do a lot of climbing, and so their nails have to be really tough, much tougher than ours, or maybe a dog or a cat. These are pretty tough, and again, same thing, they put a little hole in each one if there isn't a hole already, and they sew them onto a colorful band. Same thing, maybe you'll hold it or put it around your wrist or your ankle. Those make a much louder sound, I think, than these. You got these and these. Listen to the difference. So different materials are going to make a louder or a softer sound. Think of all the materials around you that can create sound. It's just amazing. Maybe you can go experiment sometime today and think, oh, what do I have just around the house that can make some kind of rhythm? You'd be surprised how many things. And we'll probably talk about that with even more surprising. Oh, I just love to surprise you with different things. But these are just some of the multicultural instruments that I have that create percussion. They are percussion instruments because you either have to hit them or you have to shake them in order to make a sound. And you'll get to be hearing my drum in just a little bit. But first, let's go to a song that I want you to hear called I Hear Music Everywhere. Remember I just actually told you just a little bit ago that you can create music with just about anything that you have. Well, let's hear how music is going to be created by different things in our world. Again, this is called I Hear Music Everywhere. You're going to get to see the words in front of you. So let me cue up the music first, and then you will get to hear the music, see the words for I Hear Music Everywhere. Here we go. So wasn't that just a fun song, and talking about everywhere around us is music, whether it's in instruments, whether it's in voices of nature. So make sure you're thinking about that all throughout today. Where do I hear music? Well, you're going to hear music in this next song, and it's going to come from me. And I just want to show you something. Don't worry, they're not real. What do you think these are? Gummy worms. Yeah. You know, I could have brought in some real worms, but you know, we're going to have rain tomorrow, and I'm sure I'm going to see those worms. Those earthworms like to come out of the soil, especially after the rain. I've noticed that a lot. So I'm going to sing a song about some worms right now. So it goes like this. I think I'll hold both of my worms, and it goes like this. Nobody likes me, everybody hates me, I'm gonna eat some worms. Here's your part now. This is what it goes like. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. So your part is gonna go. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. So I'll sing a part right now, and after I'm done with my part, then you'll sing that again about the long, slim, slimy ones. First you get a bucket, then you get a shovel. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. Get ready. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. Oh, are you ready for this part? Now you pull the heads off, then you suck the guts out. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. Get ready now. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. Down goes the first one, down goes the second one. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. Up comes the first one, up comes the second one. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. Everybody likes me, nobody hates me. Why did I eat those worms? One more time now. Ready? Long, slim, slimy ones, short, fat, juicy ones, itsy bitsy fuzzy wuzzy worms. Now, if you were with me, I'd give you one of my gummy worms to eat. So pretend you're eating one, because they sure are juicy and good. All right, that was just a fun song to sing. But now, my friends, I do want to talk about something really important. This is Earth Week, especially we've got Earth Day coming up. 51 years ago, somebody was smart enough to say, let's celebrate our Earth and let's take care of our Earth. That is so important. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of things right now. First of all, I'm going to show you newspaper or magazines or whatever it happens to be. We can recycle these. You know, we use them. We have to make sure we put them in a recycle bin. Same with a can of soda or juice or bottle of water, whatever happens to be. We're done with it. Let's make sure that it gets to the recycling bin so that it can be recycled. And really important, my friends, to know that we can't just throw things on the ground. Don't be a litter bug. Let's make sure we put everything in its proper container. Very, very important. Let's keep our neighborhood clean. Here's something else. You know, we talk about reduce, reuse, recycle. We talked about recycling, but if we reuse things, got something right here, a water bottle, and I know a lot of you probably have these at home. So instead of always using those plastic water bottles, that plastic gets into our water, and oh my goodness, the fish and all the wildlife, it can be really hazardous to them. So instead, use a reusable water bottle. That's something you can reuse all the time. And of course, reduce your waste. Don't use so much. I'm thinking about things that we can reuse for a different purpose. We call it repurposing. Say, for instance, you have a pair of pants. You fell down, you skinned your knee, you got some big holes in your knees, and you just don't want to wear them as pants anymore. You can cut off the legs and turn them into a pair of shorts. You have just repurposed something from pants to shorts. Those are all things that we can do to help take care of our earth. So I want to sing a song right now about helping to take care of our earth. And for that, I'm going to use my Native American drum. And I'll just use my very small, soft mallet. And I'm going to sing, and your part is going to go like this. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. You try it with me, okay? Just that much. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. And the song goes like this. The earth is our planet. We must take care of it. The earth is our planet. We must take care of it. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. Water is a beautiful gift. We must take care of it. Water is a beautiful gift. We must take care of it. Ho yana, hey yana. yana, hey yana, ho yana, ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. The earth is our planet, we must take care of it. The earth is our planet, we must take care of it. Ho yana, hey yana, ho yana, ho yana, hey yana, ho yana. So remember that this week, my friends. Let's take care of our planet Earth. And we can start with very simple things. Throwing our trash in the appropriate containers, reducing what we do use, recycling what we do use, all right? And reusing certain things. Let's not throw so much away. Now, we've got to sing goodbye. So much that we did today. Thank you so much for being part of this wonderful musical adventure as always. So, I think today we're going to sing Adios amigos, adios my friends, hasta la vista, I'll see you again. La 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 la. Ole! So remember, my friends, stay safe, stay healthy, and may God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye.